Welcome to another Todd's
2-Minute Tech Tip Tuesday.
Brought to you by the National RV Training Academy, the largest hands-on RV training academy in America. Hey, before we get to the video, which I know this is the reason why you're here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss anything. Hit the subscribe button now. Thank you. Now, back to our Tech Tip Tuesday. Let's go ahead and cover the question. I get, this question quite a bit. Now, I'll tell you. Technician stuff I know. But I do get questions on connectivity. Hey Todd, I'm trying to get better service for my cell inside my RV or even my Wi-Fi. Can you help out with that? I'm going to give you some information, but I know what I know, right? And know what I've used. We go deeper into this. If you check out our other channel, it's called Tech Tips with Todd and Tony. Tech Tips with Todd and Tony. We have special guest, and the guest for this one is going to be Chad Florian from Changing Lanes. We sit down with him and we discuss connectivity in detail. So let me go ahead and give you some information based on what I know. Now, we have an RV park here, and I know that we actually broadcast the Wi-Fi. In our campground, we actually have 1 gig of service. That's what we're maxed out at. So I have a gig upload and a gig download potential. The problem that we actually have to give it to everyone for free. You know why we have to do it for free? Because the performance in everyone's RV is different. And when you pay for something, you kind of complain if you don't get it. So we've offered it for free. Here's what's going on. We have repeaters and everything else. And we're talking Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is like radio signals, right? So the radio signals have to be in line of sight. And so there's repeaters, there's towers and everything else. If you're dealing with Wi-Fi issues, one of the things you may want to look at is what we call line of sight. Okay, you may have perfect service when you're outside the RV with your cell phone or something like that for the Wi-Fi. You go inside the RV, and there's another RV there or something like that, then you're out of line of sight. Okay, and it's the same thing with cell service. You notice that cell service works really good, and for most of us, that's what we're relegated to. All right. I don't know much about the cell service. We're actually going to have that, like I said, covered over at Tech Tips with Todd and Tony. But this is what we can do. Here's my solution to it. I learned early on that I could have cell service inside the outside the RV and Wi-Fi outside the RV. I get inside the RV, lose it. And I picked up on the fact that I need an outside antenna hardwired into an inside type, broadcaster, right? So hardwired in, because the RV itself does stop some of the signals. Now, it's not a Faraday cage or anything else like that. So you keyboard warriors, don't come after me for saying that. I'm just saying it blocks some of the signal and makes poor performance, right? So have an outside antenna picking up that signal, whatever it may be that you're bringing in, Wi-Fi or cell service, into your internal broadcaster, repeater, whatever you want to call it. That's what helps out. That's what we did, and I will tell you, the only thing that I had to do is kind of point that antenna in the right direction. And the higher I can get it off the ground, away from any other interference, take a line of sight, the better the signal. Okay, so I would recommend, if something like that is going to be an issue for you, let's say you've got an online business or something like that, you're thinking about RVing, how do I take care of that? There's a lot of products out there, okay? I'm not the example to go to for that. Now, I do love, when it comes to my Wi-Fi service, I do like Starlink, right? It's simple. It's satellite. Just shoot it up. But if you want to find out the right gear and everything else, there's a company I'll point you to, and there's quite a few of them, but Mobile Must-Haves, right? Mobile Must-Haves is a company that can kind of put together all that gear. So here's the thing. If you don't like your Wi-Fi signal, the reason why we gave it free here, because it's not our equipment, it's yours. You need to up your game. I mean, that's honestly, if you're looking for Wi-Fi, traveling around, better cell service, you're outside the city in most cases, right? You're further from the towers and everything else. You can't expect all that to get into your system without doing some upgrades. And that's where maybe going to Mobile Must-Haves, checking out Chad over at Changing Lanes, he goes over some stuff there. But you need to consult someone who knows how to put that together, okay? Kind of put together the package for you, so that way you can have better Wi-Fi cell service signals, okay? So that's what I've done, and I'm telling you, there's a couple things that we did by, adding that outside antenna into my inside box. Great signal, perfectly satisfied with that. Now, since we run out of cell service, we actually put up our Starlink, and both of those I love. Once I figured out, okay, here I have an antenna I want to point it towards the direction of wherever my signal's coming from, and I want to make sure there's no obstructions. It's simple as that, right? So just get those out there and get that taken care of. So again, mobile must-haves, chat over at Change Your Lanes, or maybe you know someone, right? If you got comments, go ahead and put them below. Maybe you've got some tips, right? Now, you full hat, tinfoil hat people walking around. Oh, the signals. Well, I'm going to wear my tinfoil hat. Okay. Yes, I will welcome your comments too. And there's your tech tip. All right, before you get to the bloopers, which is why you're here in the first place, the RV industry needs thousands of RV technicians and inspectors, and now is the perfect time to do that. If you want to make more money or have more control over your time, go ahead and click the link below. Or if you just want to learn how to fix your own RV, got something for you there. Head over to rvtechcourse.com and get started today. Now for the reason that you're out there in the video, roll the bloopers. Check one, 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 check one. I'm going to give you a little bit of information. We actually have 1 gig up, down, and up, down. You purchase the site, rent the site, I don't know, whatever you call it. So I had to, since we had no power, I had to brush all this by my cell phone with the light because I wake up at like at 4 o'clock. Yeah. So it may be a little frizzy today.